Well, Eddie Howe has spoken to the media this morning with regards to the big game at the weekend against Tottenham Hotspur down in London. So let's have a look at what the gaffer had to say ahead of the game. Hi everybody, I'm Paul, back again with another video, and of course today it is press conference reaction, where we have a look at what the gaffer had to say to the media regarding Newcastle United, certain players, and of course looking ahead to the game against Spurs on Sunday, which of course you can find live commentary here on the Toon Review. So watch it on Sky, turn the commentary off on there, and listen to the commentary on the Toon Review. And I'm sure you'll much prefer that to get a decent view of the game instead of the biased from Sky that we always seem to have. Anyway, Eddie has spoken ahead of the game, and first of all, he had to say about certain injuries. Fabian Schär came back with having not trained or played, but we've had a couple of sessions with him, so we think he'll be fit. Martin Dubravka trained with us yesterday for the first time, so we hope he'll be fine. So, of course, there was earlier in the week worried about Martin Dubravka because some information came out of the Slovakian camp that angina was mentioned, and of course, angina is a lingual problem as well, which results in tonsillitis. So completely very strange information coming out of Slovakia, of course, and it worried all of us Newcastle United fans until we actually found out that it was tonsillitis. So he seems to have recovered well from that. As I say, as Eddie said there, he's trained yesterday, so he should be fit to start the game at Tottenham. Good news about Fabian Schär as well. Thinking he'll be fit. He probably will start. We know what a warrior he's been the last several months for Newcastle United, so I think he'll start as well, which is fantastic news for us. On John Joe Shelvey, he says John Joe has trained. He hasn't done every session because he had a bad illness, but we hope he'll be okay for Sunday. So, is he going to take a risk on him? Is he not? Again, this is Eddie Howe not giving anything away to Conte as to say what players are going to turn out for Newcastle United on Sunday, which is great. I love the way he does this because he keeps everybody guessing, including the Newcastle United fans. We're all guessing what he's going to do and have no idea. So it's going to be very interesting to see come 3:30 on Sunday what that team lineup is going to be. Whether he's on the bench or not, that's a different question. Okay for Sunday doesn't mean that he's playing. So he's not giving anything away. Now, with regards to St. Maximin, whenever a player has some time away with illness and injury, it's very difficult to get them back up to speed straight away. So this break has been very good for him. He's trained very well, and we're excited to see him back. I think he's got to start Maxi on Sunday. I really do. I think he can get at some of those Spurs defenders, the likes of Dyer, Davies. I think he can really, really get at them. And certainly Doherty, if Doherty's playing on the right-hand side, I would say ASM could have a field day against him. But he's got to be in the right frame of mind, of course. He's got to want to do it. And judging by what he's been putting out on social media, he definitely wants to do it. He's definitely up for the game. He's been doing a lot in this break. The warm weather break certainly done him the world of good, and he's ready to fire on all cylinders. And I really, really hope he does, because the last time we saw the very best of ASM was, of course, the home game against Everton, which he ran riot in, and he did really, really well. So let's hope that we see the real St. Maximin back on Sunday, firing all cylinders and causing Spurs all sorts of trouble. And because that's what Eddie wants. Eddie will want him to do that. But we will also want him to create chances for others. We spoke on the preview show last night about, getting balls into Chris Wood and really causing Eric Dyer all sorts of problems. But Chris Wood has to want to do it as well. So very, very important that. But it's great to hear that there's good news regarding Maxi. Now, about the run-in, he says we're still in a relegation battle. We need points and we've got a tough run of fixtures, so I think we have to maximise every game. We had a difficult spell of away games, so we're pleased with the time away to reset and focus on the final 9 games. Now, what I think he's saying there is basically what we've known all along, is the team were very, very tired before this international break. And of course, they've been away on this warm weather training, got themselves together, got themselves fit again, which is fantastic news for Newcastle. I think, we did look so drained. We put everything into all these matches when we went on this unbeaten run. You could tell the players were putting everything into it, and they just ran out of steam, which is fine. It was a very, very tough run of games in such a short period of time, playing some very good teams. Obviously, the Everton game was a fellow relegation team, so very, very difficult there. Chelsea, world and European champions, and we were superb there, and very unlucky not to take something from that game. And of course, we did beat Southampton, but it's the 3 away games in the space of 7 days, which is very, very difficult for anybody. So it's good to know, and he's maximising every game again, which means that he will be going down to Tottenham on Sunday, definitely wanting to get something, which is what I love about our manager. He wants everything from every game. Now, with regards to the 5 subs from next season, which is causing a bit of a stir again, when you're managing a big squad, if you're allowed more options, that's a very good thing. I really love the squad I have, so the ability to bring more players onto the pitch and change things tactically, I'm all for it. Now, we did speak briefly about this, and I am going to do a show with Alex about this now. We've complained in the past when they've used the 5 sub rule and complained that, it's just the big rich teams who get away with it because they've got mountains of talent to call upon. We're going to be one of them teams starting from next season. No doubt in my mind about it. We are going to be one of them teams. So how do we view it? It's like it's going to benefit us again because we are going to have that quality on the bench that's going to be able to come on and, like Eddie says there, change the things on the pitch, like tactically and formations and things like that. We are going to be able to do that. So, we were complaining about it a few months ago before we were taking over, and now, now that we're sitting at the top table with regards to money and things like that, we're going to have that squad available to bring on. So the 5 subs is definitely going to benefit us. There's no doubt about that. Now, on Chris Wood, he says it's worth recognising the fact he's become New Zealand's record goal scorer. It's a great achievement, and I'm so pleased for him. He's a down-to-earth, humble guy. He's a brilliant professional and team player, so he deserves that recognition. Now, Chris Wood, as we know, he's split a lot of opinion since he's been at Newcastle, and a lot of people say, well, he hasn't scored, but he's doing well. He's pulling defenders away and things like that. What we want for him is maybe just a few more goals. Now, it doesn't matter who he's played against for New Zealand. It's the fact that he scored and he continues to score. Now, this is going to benefit him. Now, hopefully that then generates to benefit Newcastle United in the running. Hopefully he can get a few more goals and get his confidence up and get in the right positions. Because, like I said earlier on, if he can really cause Eric Dyer problems on Sunday and want to cause him problems and get on the end of crosses, that can only benefit Newcastle. So let's just see how he goes on Sunday. But after being away with New Zealand, becoming the record goal scorer, banging in a few goals, hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to see the real Chris Wood again for the game at Tottenham. Now, on Kieran Trippier, finally, this is what he had to say. He says, Kieran has had a scan on his foot today to see how that's healed. Hopefully this scan goes well, and then we can push him quite quickly to get him back. So we're hoping for good news. Now, it's interesting the way he says there that we'll push him quite quickly to get back. I would have thought they'd be very, very wary of it, about bringing players back too quickly. Now, obviously, Kieran Trippier is a very, very fit guy. He's an ultimate professional. So he won't come back if he doesn't think he's ready, because he won't want to risk a long-term injury again. The World Cup's coming up in very, very, very quickly, given the start of the new season. So the back end of this year is what he's going to focus on, wanting to be in that World Cup squad. And I think he will be. He has to be. He's one of the best right backs in the country. But he won't want to risk coming back too early, and I'm sure Eddie Howe's aware of that. But we do need him back. You know, he's a leader. He's one of the main men in our team, and he's a fantastic footballer. So hopefully we get good news about the scan, and hopefully we get to see him back in that number 15 shirt very, very quickly, because we do miss him. We do miss the quality that he brings and the leadership on the pitch, of course. But that's what Eddie had to say. That's the main points from his press conference today. Now it all turns to Sunday against Tottenham, and we see how, what team he picks, what formation he goes for, how he approaches the game. It's all going to be, incredible, really. And, you know, we've missed Premier League football for so long now, and the big game against Tottenham. So do remember, 4 o'clock is the start for the Toon Review show and the live watch-along, live commentary from 4:30 from the Spurs Stadium, between Spurs and Newcastle United in the Premier League. So as I say, whack Sky Sports on, watch the game, but listen to this commentary instead of the bias of Martin Tyler, etc., who really don't appreciate Newcastle too much, do they? But thank you very much for watching the show again. If you have enjoyed it, do click that thumbs up button. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to consider subscribing. So close to 10,000 now. I mean, really, really close to 10,000 now, which is fabulous news. We keep building and we keep going. If you can join the Toon Review as well. Become a member by just hitting the join button just underneath the video, or the link is in the description below. And a big shout out, of course, to our sponsors, Geordie Riffs, premium guitars for all ages, children and adults, based here in the great northeast of England. They're offering 10% off your first setup and 10% off your first repair. They do have a recording studio available if you want to use the facilities there. And of course, a free first guitar lesson if you mention the Toon Review. So do give Graham and Natalie a shout for all your guitar needs. You'll find them at geordieriffs.co.uk on the internet, Geordie Riffs on Instagram, and Geordie Riffs Official on Facebook. But that's it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Have a cracking weekend, and I will see you for the watch along on Sunday. Keep smiling, be kind, take care, guys.